Okay, I need to be real with you about tomorrow. December 21st isn't just the winter solstice, something much bigger is happening, and I genuinely think most people have no idea what's about to hit them. So here's the thing. Tomorrow, Venus and Saturn are going to square each other in the sky, and this is creating what I can only describe as a cosmic checkpoint. It's like the universe is about to administer the ultimate reality check. And honestly, some of you are about to pass with flying colors and get rewarded in ways you can't even imagine right now. But others, they're about to find out exactly where they've been cutting corners, and I don't say that to scare you, I say it because I really believe knowing what's coming can change everything. Now, if you've been feeling this weird heaviness lately, like something's been testing you or pushing you to your limits, stay with me on this one. There's a very specific reason that's been happening, and I'm going to explain exactly why certain signs are about to get their biggest karmic payback tomorrow. But first, I need you to understand something. This isn't just another transit. I really think tomorrow marks a graduation ceremony that's been years in the making. And whether you realize it or not, you've been preparing for this moment since March 2023. Yeah, that long. The universe is about to show you exactly where you stand, and there's no hiding. So tomorrow's energy is intense, and here's why. Venus in Sagittarius wants freedom, adventure, expansion. It's that part of you that says, let's take a risk, let's bet on the best case scenario. But Saturn in Pisces. Saturn's the reality check. It's asking you to show receipts, to prove that your dreams have actual foundations. And when these two clash tomorrow, I think it's going to feel like the universe is putting your entire life under a microscope. Your relationships, your finances, your values, everything's getting tested. Does that resonate with what you've been feeling already? Here's what I've been noticing, and maybe you have too. The past few weeks have felt like a pressure cooker, like you're being squeezed from all sides. That's not random. That's Saturn preparing you for tomorrow's test. And I know that sounds heavy, but here's the thing. This test isn't designed to break you. I believe it's designed to show you exactly how strong you've become. Some of you have been doing the work. You've been showing up, maintaining your integrity, disciplining your emotions even when it was hard. And tomorrow? That's when the universe says, okay, you passed. Here's your reward. And these rewards aren't small. We're talking about the kind of breakthroughs that change the entire trajectory of your life. But if you've been avoiding reality, overspending, or staying in relationships that are built on illusion rather than truth, tomorrow might feel like a cosmic stop sign. And honestly, even that's a gift, because sometimes we need that harsh wake-up call to finally make the changes we've been avoiding. 3 signs are about to get their biggest karmic payback, and it's been building for years. All right, so I've been looking at the astrology for tomorrow, and 3 signs really stand out to me. Pisces, Sagittarius, and Gemini. You've been in the cosmic pressure cooker longer than anyone else, and tomorrow is when that pressure finally turns into diamonds. Let me start with Pisces. If you're a Pisces or have Pisces rising, you've been under Saturn's thumb since March 2023. I mean, Saturn's literally been in your sign, and I know that's felt heavy. You've probably felt restricted, exhausted, like you're trying to build something while swimming through fog, right? But here's what I think is about to happen for you tomorrow. All that discipline, all those boundaries you've been forced to create, they're about to crystallize into something real. The test for you is going to be about saying no to something tempting. Maybe it's an escapist fantasy. Maybe it's a purchase you can't really afford. Maybe it's a person who represents your old patterns. But when you pass that test, and I believe you will, Saturn's going to start building the actual structure for your dreams. We're talking recognition, authority, and this newfound sense of solidity. You're not drowning anymore. You're building a legacy. Now, Sagittarius, you've got Venus in your sign, so you're feeling that expansion energy, that desire to run and explore. But Saturn's squaring you, and tomorrow that square becomes exact. The test for you is about maturity. Can you commit to something instead of keeping all your options open? Can you focus your energy instead of scattering it everywhere? And here's the beautiful part. Mercury just went direct in your sign. So when you pass this test, when you prove you can handle responsibility, the clarity hits. I'm talking about a massive breakthrough in direction and purpose. The universe is basically saying, okay, you've proven you can be disciplined, now here's the green light for that major expansion you've been wanting. That's your karmic payback. Gemini, you've been dealing with Saturn squaring you from Pisces, and that's been putting pressure on your career and reputation. Plus, we just had a full moon in your sign that probably brought a lot to the surface. The test for you tomorrow is about relational integrity. Are your partnerships actually supporting your goals, or are they holding you back? But here's your reward. The confusion you've been swimming in is about to clear. When planets move into Capricorn after the solstice, you're getting freed from this chaotic mental energy. That contract or agreement that's been stuck? That business deal that's been in limbo? I think it's about to unlock. Mars is moving into a position that's going to support you in making real, tangible progress. Your relationship is about to show its true colors, and you can't unsee what's coming. So here's something I really need you to understand about tomorrow. This Venus-Saturn square isn't playing around when it comes to relationships. It's going to reveal exactly what's real and what's been built on wishful thinking. If your relationship has solid foundations, if it's based on actual shared values, genuine spiritual alignment, real compatibility, tomorrow's energy is going to make it even stronger. Think of it like a stress test that proves your relationship can handle anything. The couples who pass this test together are the ones who last. This is the kind of energy that takes a good relationship and makes it unshakable. But if your relationship is held together by fantasy, by potential rather than reality, by the hope that someone will change rather than acceptance of who they actually are, tomorrow might be when it all comes crashing down. And I know that sounds scary, but honestly, isn't it better to know now rather than waste more years on something that was never going to work? I've been seeing this already in the lead up to tomorrow. People are having these moments of crystal clarity about their partners, like suddenly seeing through the fog and realizing, wait, this isn't actually what I want, or this person isn't who I thought they were. Has that been happening for you? And it's not just romantic relationships, friendships, business partnerships, even family dynamics. They're all getting this reality check treatment. The universe is basically asking, is this connection serving your highest good, or is it keeping you stuck in old patterns? The money reality check is coming, but the rewards could be massive. Okay, let's talk about the financial side of tomorrow's energy, because I think this is where a lot of people are going to feel it most intensely. Venus rules money and value, and when it squares Saturn, we get what I call a financial sobriety moment. If you've been disciplined with your money, if you've been saving, investing wisely, living within your means, tomorrow could bring a financial opportunity that you're actually prepared to grab. And with Mars in Capricorn supporting long-term building, any financial moves you make tomorrow have the potential to create lasting wealth. I'm not talking about quick wins here. I'm talking about the kind of investments that pay off for years. But if you've been overspending, avoiding your financial reality, or making decisions based on optimism rather than actual numbers, tomorrow might be when the bill comes due. Credit card statements might suddenly feel overwhelming. That financial pressure you've been ignoring might become impossible to avoid. Here's what I want you to really understand, though. Even the financial restrictions are gifts, because Saturn doesn't punish, Saturn teaches. If tomorrow shows you where you've been financially irresponsible, that's not the universe being mean. That's the universe saying, hey, let's fix this now before it gets worse. And for those of you who have been financially responsible, who have cash on hand, who've been patient, who've been waiting for the right moment, tomorrow and the days following could present buying opportunities that only come around once in a while. When others are panicking, you'll be positioned to build. Jupiter and Chiron are creating a healing portal, and this changes everything. Now here's the part that I think most people are missing about tomorrow. While Venus and Saturn are creating this test, Jupiter in Cancer is squaring Chiron in Aries. And this is huge. This is the reward mechanism I've been talking about. Jupiter in Cancer is exalted. That means it's functioning at its absolute highest power. It represents emotional abundance, protection, the expansion of security and care. But it's squaring Chiron, which represents our deepest wounds around identity and self-worth. So what does that mean for you? Initially, tomorrow might actually magnify whatever wounds you've been carrying. You might feel extra sensitive about your right to take up space, about whether you're worthy of love and abundance. But here's the thing, Jupiter doesn't just expose wounds, Jupiter heals them. I really believe tomorrow is offering a massive breakthrough opportunity. It's like the universe is saying, okay, you've been carrying this wound long enough. Time to let it go. The karmic payback here isn't just money or relationship clarity, it's emotional sovereignty. It's finally feeling worthy of the abundance that's trying to come to you. And when you combine this with the Venus-Saturn test, it's perfect. Venus-Saturn strips away what's false, creates a moment of vulnerability, and then Jupiter floods that space with healing and abundance, but only if you have the courage to face what needs to be faced. Tomorrow isn't just a day. It's a graduation. I keep coming back to this word, graduation, because that's really what tomorrow feels like to me. Since March 2023, when Saturn entered Pisces, we've all been in this cosmic classroom. We've been learning about boundaries, about spiritual discipline, about the difference between dreams and reality. And tomorrow's the final exam, but here's the beautiful thing about this test. It's not designed to fail you. It's designed to show you how much you've grown. Every challenge you've faced, every hard lesson you've learned, every time you chose integrity over easy, it's all been preparing you for tomorrow. Those of you who pass this test aren't just getting rewards. You're getting authority, the authority to build a life you don't need to escape from, the authority to make decisions from wisdom rather than wounds. The authority to say, I've earned this when abundance comes your way. And even if tomorrow feels difficult, even if the test reveals areas where you still have work to do, that's okay. Sometimes the biggest gift is clarity about what needs to change, because once you see it clearly, you can actually do something about it. The solstice tomorrow marks the return of the light, and I don't think that's just about the days getting longer. I think it's about illumination, finally seeing clearly what's been hidden in shadow, finally understanding why certain patterns keep repeating, finally having the information you need to break free. The next 48 hours will set the tone for all of 2026. Here's something I really want you to understand. Tomorrow isn't just about tomorrow. The alignments happening on December 21st are setting up the entire energetic framework for 2026. The decisions you make, the truths you face, the tests you pass or fail, they're going to ripple out for the entire next year. This is why the stakes feel so high right now. This is why you might be feeling this sense of urgency, like something big is about to shift. Because it is. Tomorrow is a turning point, and there's no going back to how things were. But I want you to remember something. You're ready for this, even if it doesn't feel like it, even if you're scared. The fact that you're here, watching this, preparing yourself, that already puts you ahead. You're not walking into tomorrow blind. You're walking in with awareness, and that changes everything. So tonight, before you go to sleep, I really want you to set an intention. Ask yourself, what am I ready to release? What test am I ready to pass? What reward am I ready to receive? Because tomorrow, when Venus and Saturn face off, when the Sun enters Capricorn, when Jupiter activates our deepest healing, you want to be ready. All right, if you're still here, thank you so much for staying with me through all of this. I know tomorrow's energy feels intense, but I really believe we're going through this together. If this resonated with you and you want to see more content like this, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel more than you know, and definitely drop a comment below. I want to hear what you're experiencing, what test you feel like you're facing, what rewards you're hoping for. Take care of yourself, especially over the next few days, and I'll see you in the next one.